Yeah, let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man Pots and Pans, what's the damn deal? Live in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, 6:15 a.m. Recap of the games that just happened overnight, NBA playoffs. First and foremost, as I predicted, the Boston Celtics advanced to Game 6 against the New York Knicks. The Knicks did not get it done in TD Garden last night to try to close out the series with a 3-1 lead. The Boston Celtics, without Jason Tatum, put in that work to actually come out with the victory. A nice 25-point victory, by the way, too. I do want to put that out there. With that being said, we're going to kind of watch these highlights, kind of break it down and talk about it. Now, like I said, I predicted Boston would come out and win this game. Because I feel like, first of all, they're at the crib. But this is the time where Jaylen Brown is really going to show his heroics, if you ask me. Previous Eastern Conference MVP as well as Finals MVP over Jason Tatum. And I believe he can carry this team. So this is a pretty good test to that. You know what I'm saying? With them being in the playoffs, facing elimination. The Celtics, man, doing their thing. So it started off pretty slow, I will say. It was a nice little back and forth for the most part between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics. They were hitting threes. Derek White hit a nice little three early on to kind of get things kicked off for the Celtics. You know, they do have their thing with the threes, the Celtics did. But they also work the paint too. I'm seeing big body moves by Jaylen Brown in the paint. We like that. Pause. More threes. Derek White hot in the first quarter. Derek White doing what he's supposed to do as their X factor. Then, of course, threes by New York Knicks as well. Mikal Bridges coming out with a three in the first quarter. You got Jalen Brunson driving to the paint. Nice little floater with the back and forth between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics in the first quarter. Another three. Derek White hot in the first quarter. Three made threes in the first quarter. Boston Celtics versus New York Knicks. Nice little pass. Nice pass in the paint for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson gets the layup and a point. Derek White comes down the court with another three. Derek White was hot from three in the first quarter, as you can see. I don't know if you can see. You can't tell from the box score, but of course, Karl-Anthony Towns hits his three as well as a big man for the New York Knicks. Yeah, good pass from Jaylen Brown to Mikal Bridges, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of in the first quarter. 32-30. Can you see that right there? Yep, 32-30. New York Knicks had the lead in the first quarter. Very interesting back and forth, I will say. Derek White, hot as fish grease, making 4 threes in the first quarter. But going into the second quarter, man, New York Knicks, Karl-Anthony Towns playing the big man role. Trying to go ahead and drive one in the paint, but he did get fouled. I believe he made his free throws, if I'm not mistaken. New York Knicks with a 5-point lead in the second quarter. Start hitting a three. McBride hit a nice little three, extending their lead. Good work in the paint for the New York Knicks, I should say. Karl-Anthony Towns playing the big man role in the paint, getting the tip in, pause. Celtics begin starting to fight back. Jaylen Brown taking control, driving the lane in the second quarter. Jaylen Brown doing what he's supposed to do. Matter of fact, let me take a look at this box, not the box score. Take a look. Threes made by Boston. Al Horford made a three, second quarter, keeping him alive. Let me actually look at these players' stats. That's what I want to look at. All right, so this is what we want to look at. I want to look at these player stats, kind of break it down. If I'm able to. Come on, let's break this down. Thank you. All right, so player stats, man, yesterday. So Jalen Brunson with a nice 3 in the second quarter. Back and forth between the Knicks and Boston. Between the Knicks and the Celtics. Yep, good back and forth. Drew Holiday with the pass to Al Horford in the paint for the easy 2. Giving them a back and forth lead. Jalen Brunson with a layup. Giving them the lead again. Literally back and forth in the second quarter. Back and forth between both. Who's that? Peyton Pritchard with a 3 for Boston. With a 3 for Boston in the second quarter. Keeping them in the game. Then come right back for the Knicks. Another 3. Who is that? Josh Hart. A 3 for the Knicks. Right back at him. Josh Hart, again, another 3 in the second quarter. Going crazy. Josh Hart started getting hot. Derek White. Don't count him out. Came back in the second quarter doing his thing, as a matter of fact. Derek White, by the way, ended with 34 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in 40 minutes. 34 points for your dog, Derek White. He showed up. Jaylen Brown, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. So he was really doing his guard thing, putting up over 25 points with 26 points, 12 rebounds, so he got a double-double, damn near triple-double. Damn near triple-double. So that means he was putting in work, according to these stats. Al Horford, 12, 5, and 2. Sorry, I need 15 or more Al Horford, to be honest with you, but y'all did walk away with the win. Kristaps Porzingis did play 12 minutes. That's at least a quarter's worth, and he only scored 1 point and 1 rebound. That's questionable as well. If you really ain't going to play, if you can't play, you need to get up out of there. Only 1 point and 1 rebound and a quarter's worth. And a quarter's worth of play, Kristaps Porzingis is kind of crazy. Drew Holiday, 14, 7, and 3. Peyton Pritchard, 17, 5, and 3 off the bench. Luke Cornett, 10, 9, and 1. He almost had a double-double off the bench. Sam Hauser, 6, 1, and 2. And a couple other players off the bench with some other points. But the main players are starters: Drew Holiday, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown. 14, 34, 1, 12, 26 respectively. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the key players did show up. Jaylen Brown showed up, putting up a double-double, damn near triple-double. And then you got Derek White, 34. 34, 3 and 2. Not really rebounding. Not really assisting, helping getting other players, but he was the one. He was the one. 12 assists from Jaylen Brown. I imagine most of them will come from Derek White. Out there balling. So we got to give it to them. On the Knicks side, their highest scorer, Josh Hart, 24 points. He looked like he was hot, 36 minutes. 7 rebounds, 2 assists for Josh Hart. OG, 30 minutes, 6 points. That wasn't going to cut it. OG Anunoby, 6 points. 8 rebounds, 2 assists in 36 minutes, fam. We got to do better than that. You played at least 3 quarters. Karl-Anthony Towns, Karl-Anthony Cat, 19, 8, 0. That's all right, I guess, but come on, what are y'all really doing? Mikal Bridges, 9, 2, and 3, and Jalen Brunson, 22, 1, and 6. So I would almost imagine that these boys kind of getting tired, worn out, because they didn't score what they would usually score in a big game. Maybe they just say, hey, we just want to close out New York anyway. They got the opportunity to do so. But this is when the New York Knicks, y'all don't close it out in 6, it's over, fam. Jaylen Brown and the Celtics take this series back to Boston and TD Garden. I'm giving it to Boston. Real talk. I got more faith in Jaylen Brown, bro. I actually like Jaylen Brown. And I think he can hold this team down. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. They go far, or at least to the Eastern Conference Finals, and do decent there without Jason Tatum. We're gonna have to be thinking about Jason Tatum's status as an all-star, or as a superstar, I should say. We have to question that. Jaylen Brown was the one that got the Eastern Conference MVP and the Finals MVP last season, by the way. But Peyton Pritchard was hot in the fourth quarter, 102-83. Boston had to lead 8 minutes into the fourth quarter. Or excuse me, 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. But yeah, once again, man, the Knicks, some of their players didn't show up. OG only 6 points. That's not going to cut it. Mikal Bridges only 9 points. That's not going to cut it. I mean, you can see the score behind us as well. right here on the green screen. 32-30. Knicks had the lead in the first quarter. Then came the second quarter. The Boston Celtics outscored the Knicks, basically tying the game by the end of the quarter. By the end of the half, the game was tied. Then you get into the third quarter. Boston Celtics damn near outplayed the New York Knicks by double what they scored, 32-17. And then you get to the fourth quarter, and that's when they further extend their lead and outscore them by 10 points in the fourth. So it adds up, and it makes sense for them to lose by 25. Knicks, hey, maybe y'all got too comfortable. I don't know. I think y'all should have really tried and put in the effort to close it out in TD Garden. At least make it close. The fact that y'all lost by 25 means the Celtics really can actually extend this series to 7, or y'all taking your foot off the gas. And y'all could, hey, don't try to close it out in New York. I hope y'all wasn't just, hey, we gonna play loose so we can close it out in New York. I hope that wasn't the game plan. Because y'all mess around and lose. Y'all will mess around and lose, man. So we'll see what that game's looking like. As a matter of fact, Game 6, as a matter of fact, for the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks, that's currently planned for, that's tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Knicks versus Celtics, Game 6. Celtics-Knicks, Game 6 in Madison Square Garden. All right, so we also got to talk about the other game that happened last night. As a matter of fact, you ain't seen about tonight. Oh, man. All right, so let me change this title as well. The Golden State Warriors end up getting put out by your boy, Anthony Edwards, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Giant Killer is doing his thing, man. Adding more names to his list. He's checking it twice. And he don't even care, man. Ant-Man doing his thing. Is this game 5? Yes, this is game 5. This is game 5. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord of mercy. All right, so we're going to break this down as well. I didn't get to watch this game in its entirety, but nonetheless, man. Anthony Edwards, what can I say? What can I say? Still making us all proud out here. So now, last season, he got KD, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker out of here. First round. I believe they swept him, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. This season, first round, he gets LeBron James, Luka Doncic. Second round, now he officially gets Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Now, I know we're going to say Steph Curry didn't play and it would have been a different series. Obviously. But because injuries are part of the game, and this is still Steph Curry's team, Steph still played game 1, if I'm not mistaken, we still got to say Anthony Edwards put them all down. Pause. He put them all down. But now it's the real test. Not the real test, but it's the test to at least get to the finals. Minnesota making the Western Conference Finals with that being said. So we're going to break down this game as well. That happened yesterday with the Minnesota Timberwolves winning 121-110. Damn. All right, so as far as the player stats goes for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler, 42 minutes, 17 points. 42 minutes, 17 points. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Jimmy Butler, less than 20, 25. You really need to be putting up 25 or more. Real talk. You really need to be putting up 25 or more. I don't know why you done got comfortable. But 17, 6, and 6 from Jimmy Butler, those are Draymond Green numbers. And to be honest with you, Draymond Green literally had 10, 6, and 6. In 36 minutes. Give him 6 more minutes, he probably could have scored the same amount as you, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler should not be putting up the same numbers or identical numbers as Draymond Green, bro. That means you barely showed up there. Playoff Jimmy ain't showed up yet. Playoff Jimmy ain't showed up yet. I don't know where him at. Trace Jackson Davis. Trace Jackson Davis. I don't know who this dude is.
But he got 7 minutes for Golden State. Scored 2 points, 2 rebounds. He's their center, by the way. Brandon Pozemski, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. All right, cool, whatever. Buddy Hield, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. We can't do that, buddy. Nah, buddy. No, buddy. 8 points, 30 minutes, and only got 8 points. See, this is why I can't even say you gotta. It's over. Big players show up in big games, and y'all did not show up. Jonathan Kuminga, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists. So here's my thing. I'm all for y'all putting up these numbers with the points, but in the playoffs, in a series where it's elimination time too, and it's even without elimination, I want to see more than points. Let me see some rebounds, assists, some steals. I don't want to just see 3-pointers made, 3-pointer attempts, 36 points, 25 points, 27 points, 42 points. Where's the rebounds and assists? Where's the steals? That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, 26 points, but 3 rebounds, 0 assists. Where else were you? Yeah, you helping everybody else get assists, but where else were you? Brandon Pozemski, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I think he was the best player on the Warriors last night. Brandon Pozemski was the best player on the Warriors last night, and I don't think that should have been the case. On some real stuff, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Literally put up the best numbers statistically. The highest points, tied with the most rebounds. And he had more than the center. And four assists. The second highest assist. Brandon Pozemski, the guard, number 2, was the all-star for the Warriors in an elimination game. I think we can all see why the Warriors lost. But I want to give credit to the Timberwolves as well. Julius Randle, 42 minutes, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Good job. Good job. Jaden McDaniels, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I don't even know who he is, Jaden McDaniels, but your name is too close to is it Jaden McDaniels on the Commanders? Anyway, I don't want to get into that because I don't. Rudy Gobert, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 0 assists, 28 minutes. All right, I guess. You better have some blocks. Anthony Edwards, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists in 41 minutes. I would have wanted 25 or more AE, but y'all got the win. Y'all close out the series. You got a double-double. 3 rebounds away from a triple-double. I'm not mad at that effort. Mike Conley Jr. showed up. 16, 6, and 8 in 26 minutes. Dante DiVincenzo, 13, 2, and 6 as well. Naj Reid, 8, 4, and 1. I just had to announce that because Naj Reid is Minnesota's poster child right now. So, Timberwolves close out the series. 121-110. And Anthony Edwards was getting his buckets in. Just watching the game highlights as well. Draymond Green being the facilitator that he is. Getting the ball to everybody per usual in the second quarter. Draymond Green also getting his little floaters in. But helping other people get their rebounds and their assists in that process. Who was that? Was that Draymond? I don't know. I couldn't see that. Ooh, Anthony Edwards. Good shake and bacon 3-pointer in the second quarter. Ooh, looking crazy. AE with the ball in the second quarter at the top of the key to 3. Damn! That boy was hot. Anthony Edwards was hot last night, boy. Now, look, the score, 22 points in 41 minutes, 7 rebounds, 12 assists. It don't look like much, 22 points. But how we got him, when he got him, that mattered. Julius Randle was on fire, by the way. Draymond Green, I'm looking at him go crazy as well. Brandon Pozemski. Yep, with the bucket. So it was an interesting game, but nonetheless, the Timberwolves put away the legendary Golden State Warriors in Golden State, by the way, at Oracle Center. Now, here's my question. Oh, I'm sorry, Chase Arena. Chase Arena now, or whatever the heck it's called, Chase Center. Here's the thing. What's going to happen with Golden State? What should happen with Golden State? Is Steph Curry going to retire? Is Draymond Green going to retire? Either one of them going to get traded. I think Steph Curry is safe. Draymond Green is a possibility, even though I believe it's safe to say he's probably going to retire if they even think about trading him. Jimmy Butler, I think he's going to be there for a while. I don't know what his contract is like. This is from the stands of a sports fan. I don't give a damn about your contract. We'll find out how long you there, trade, and all that other good stuff. So Jimmy Butler, I imagine they not about to get rid of him no time soon. Let him work it out. He got traded in the middle of the season. Let him do a full season and work that out with Steve Kerr and see how he can actually play his role on the Golden State Warriors. With a healthy, theoretically, Steph Curry next season. Theoretically. So I see Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green all coming back next season. Their supporting cast, who knows? Those are the interchangeable pieces. And I think it's going to be this starting cast, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry, at least for the next 2 seasons. And then I think we might be seeing it end of Steph Curry and Draymond Green together, possibly. Like, I think both of them might retire at the same time, like on some real stuff. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That's a crazy blow, pause, for Golden State if that is the case. But that's my thoughts, opinions on Golden State. I don't think too much is going to change with the core. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry. But I think those other players, the role players, they are interchangeable. Congratulations to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, you did hear me say I wanted the Timberwolves to win the championship at one point. I had to retract that because what I really want is the Nuggets to win because I want my dog Russell Westbrook to get a ring. I think him being with Denver is his best chance to date in his career. I think this is his best chance to date to get an actual ring. I want Russell Westbrook to get a ring, so I'm rooting for the Nuggets this year. They are on the brink of elimination. They'll be playing tonight against the OKC Thunder in their Game 6. Let me go back to it. They'll be playing against OKC Thunder in their Game 6 tonight. As a matter of fact, today 8:30. They'll be in Denver. OKC versus the Nuggets. Damn, that's kind of, it's kind of hard for me to feel like the Thunder gonna end it tonight. I think Jokic and the boys, they gonna go crazy tonight, especially if they at the crib. I don't see the Nuggets taking this loss at the crib. It's going 7, and it's gonna be hard for the Nuggets in Game 7. So that's what I want to put out there with the Nuggets and the Thunder. That game is tonight, and that's our only game tonight. 8:30. It's dwindling down. It's dwindling down. We usually get like 3 or 4 games a day. Start off the playoffs. Then it go down 2 games a day. Then 1 game a day. Then it's going to be 1 game every other day. And that's when we in the finals. So just want to speak on that. Congratulations to Anthony Edwards. If Russell Westbrook and Denver Nuggets do not win the championship this year, or if they get eliminated before the Wolves, I'm 100% rooting for the Wolves. Let Anthony Edwards get his ring. And if he and the Timberwolves do not just so happen to win or go to the finals, on the east side, I'm going to go for the Knicks. Unfortunately, I'm going to go for the Knicks. So that's my predictions. Yeah, man, that's my predictions. That's what I'm thinking. Pacers on the Eastern Conference side, officially the only team already advanced. And yeah, we still got some more teams that need to advance, man. It's getting interesting, and I can't wait, man. I love this part of the playoffs. This is when a lot of people start paying attention and seeing what's going on. Hey, let me know your predictions right now. Put it in the live chat if you're watching live. But if you're watching after the show is live, go off in the comments as well. I will respond. Right now, while we live, you can call into the show, 313-466-4386. We will answer the call as well. Let you get your voice on. Pause. We are live from the stands of a sports fan, doing our recap of the games last night, man. How the Timberwolves did get the Golden State Warriors up out of there, man. This doesn't officially count as Anthony Edwards getting Steph Curry out of here. I'm just talking mess when I say that, because, I mean,
I mean, even though you injured, this is still your team and you are still a player on the roster. So we did have to say that. But Anthony Edwards doing a mighty impressive job so far in his career. Matter of fact, with that being said, let me see. How old is Anthony Edwards? How old is Anthony Edwards? That's what I want to find out. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. August 5th, 2001. Only 23, bro. 2 years removed from being able to drink. Well, not removed. I don't know how to say that, but just 2 years ago, he was able to drink. And now this dude is competing for an NBA championship. Impressive, bro. Think he's on an impressive run, what he's done so far at 22 last year, putting out KD. His favorite player, by the way. KD, Booker, and Beal all together. And then also putting out LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and now Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I mean, that list is impressive, but we've also seen the likes of Damian Lillard put out key players with key shots in the playoffs, but it leads to no championship. Anthony Edwards, do what you got to do, fam. If you get past, well, I ain't going to say if you get past. You already in the Western Conference Finals now. If you got to face the Nuggets or the Thunder, it don't matter. It's going to be a challenge, bro. It's going to be a challenge. But if the Minnesota Timberwolves get to the finals, bro, I think they have a really good chance of winning it all. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think if the Timberwolves get to the finals, they're going to win. And if the Nuggets get to the finals, they're going to win. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, man. But we just wanted to come on real quick, Paul. Oh, and talk about that. You know what else I want to talk about? Oh, man. So give me a second. I want to talk about something else, too. Give me 1 second. I want to pull this up. This Pete Rose story, man. Yeah, man. Let me pull this up, bro. Because this is crazy to me, bro. This Pete Rose being reinstated in, what was that? Shoeless Joe Jackson. It's a crazy name. I'll eventually look up the story behind that name. Not right now, though. But Shoeless Joe Jackson and Pete Rose not only reinstated, but also now being considered for a Hall of Fame entry. Oh, now my computer want to act kind of slow. All right. So if my computer's running slow and choppy, don't be surprised. I appreciate you kicking with KC MC from the stands of a sports fan. I just already know I'm choppy. My apologies for the choppiness. Give me a second, man. I'm trying to pull up this other joint. Pause. Trying to pull up this Pete Rose story, man. All right, listen, man. We're just going to go into it. We're going to talk about the story. Very brief. Oh, here we go. We got action, yes or no? There we go. Pete Rose. Shoeless Joe Jackson among players reinstated in the MLB. I should be having my graphic come up real soon. Just give me a second with my graphic, all right? But with that being said, let me. Oh my God, bro, because the story is so crazy, and I just want to know how you would feel. I don't know if you know the story behind Pete Rose and him being eliminated, and we're going to break that down right now. Him and Shoeless Joe Jackson. A bunch of players basically eliminated from MLB because of their gambling. In a historic sweeping decision, baseball commissioner Rob Manfred on Tuesday removed Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and other deceased players from Major League Baseball's permanently ineligible list. So we got the green screen coming up behind us. The all-time hit king, Pete Rose, and Shoeless Joe Jackson, both longtime baseball pariahs stained by gambling, seen by MLB as the game's mortal sin. All that gambling stuff, baseball don't play that. They are now eligible for election into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York.
Manfred ruled that the MLB punishment of banned individuals ends upon their deaths. Quote, obviously, a person no longer with us cannot represent a threat to the integrity of the game. Manfred wrote in a letter to attorney Jeffrey M. Linkove, who petitioned for Rose's removal from the list January 8th. He said, quote, moreover, it is hard to conceive of a penalty that has more deterrent effect than one that lasts a lifetime with no reprieve. Therefore, I have concluded that permanent ineligibility ends upon the passing of the disciplined individual, and Mr. Rose will be removed from the permanently ineligible list. End quote. Manfred's decision ends the ban that Rose accepted from then Commissioner A. Bartlett Giamatti in August 1989, baby. Pete Rose right here, man, getting his roses, getting his flowers, by the way, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. My man's passed away just last year, bro, in his 80s. Y'all wrong for that. Manfred's decision ends the ban that Rose accepted from then Commissioner A. Bartlett Giamatti in August 1989, following the MLB investigation. Give me a second. That determined that the 17-time All-Star had bet on games while managing the Cincinnati Reds. That's essentially Pete Rose's story. Shoeless Joe Jackson and 7 other Chicago White Sox were banned from playing professional baseball in 1921 by MLB's first commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, for fixing the 1919 World Series. Damn. Now, I understand that ban right there. It's a longer article. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. But essentially, man, rest in peace to Pete Rose. But he's officially eligible for the Hall of Fame now. They're saying now that you've passed away, we're going to let you be eligible. We're going to take away you being on the ban list. You got to die, fam, to get off of the ban list. There's nothing else. I mean, it says permanently banned. So I get it. Permanently banned until you die. You won't even be alive to get the satisfaction of knowing that you made it to the Hall of Fame. I think that's all Pete Rose ever wanted. He thought his ban was only going to be 1 year. It turned out to be forever. Literally for him, forever. That is so unfortunate, bro. Like, and it's happening, like, almost all of this is happening. I think they say he's still ineligible until like 2026 or 2028 or something like that. He's not eligible like this year. But it's all happening this news is happening within a year of him dying. And I think this would have just made him so happy, man. Oh, man. I'm not even a huge baseball fan. I don't even know Pete Rose like that at all. I only know Pete Rose's name as association with gambling and MLB and getting banned. That's all I know about Pete Rose. So I don't know nothing about his track record. Apparently, he's the all-time hit king in Major League Baseball history. And all he wanted was to be in the Hall of Fame. Be at Cooperstown, New York. And they said, nah, this forever. You was gambling. And then they got his goofy ass up out of there. Man, that's unfortunate that he don't get his flowers where he can still smell them. I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to stuff like that, because it's like, at a certain point, I feel like, why even give me my flowers if I'm not here to smell them? Yes, my family can embrace that. My family can be happy. My family can put that up. But I'm the one that worked hard for it. I want to feel that. Pause. And he never got that opportunity, bro. It's kind of like a slap in the face. It's really disrespectful for me. It's kind of disrespectful if you ask me. I didn't want to go there, but it's kind of disrespectful to let a man go into the Hall of Fame after he died, knowing he always wanted to go there. I feel like y'all should just fully stand on just not putting that man in the Hall of Fame, or not even making him eligible, and literally permanently keeping him on that list. Permanent means permanent last time I checked. But is anything permanent?
With that being said, with that being said, is anything permanent? Hey man, congratulations to Pete Rose, the family of Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson and the other players on Chicago White Sox, aka the Black Sox scandal. Hey man, they all made they all eligible for the Hall of Fame, and they are permanently off the permanently banned list. Not if they passed away. Crazy, bro. Literally, that is a permanent example of you only get your flowers after you pass away. Hey, but let me know what you think, though. Should Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and other players be removed from the ban list, or should this really be a permanent ban even after you pass away? Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. Hey, listen, man. We want to hop on. We want to do a live show real quick, show some love. But we about to get up out of here if you don't mind. I got to get ready for work, bro. I'm literally just hopping on here just to talk some mess before I go to work. We probably going to hop on again later on tonight, do it live, and we also going to talk about these games, baby. Talk about the games later on. I'm sorry, the game. It's only one game tonight. That's OKC versus Golden State. Excuse me. OKC Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets. What's your prediction? If you're watching this live, go off in the live chat. If you're watching after the live, go off in the comments. I will respond. We'll go from there. Hey, man, appreciate you for kicking it with me from the stands of a sports fan, where we talk about sports from the perspective of a fan, man. Appreciate you again. If you got this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe button, and more. Once again, you kicking it with KCMC. I'm out of here.